The Philippine real estate industry has never been this exciting. With so many opportunities and even more potential for growth, there's a highly competitive market for real estate brokers and salespersons. But what if there was a way for you to take your real estate profession to the next level? RE/MAX Capital is an independently owned and operated office on the RE/MAX Philippines and is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the country under the global RE/MAX brand. Since 1973, RE/MAX has been on the forefront of the industry, making it the most recommended and respected name in real estate.
No one in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. We are the destination for the very best.
Our objective at RE/MAX Capital is to provide market expertise, a vast network, and the highest level of professionalism that you can expect from real estate practitioners. How much on average do you think an independent real estate practitioner can earn, while only relying on a personal network and simultaneously working on documentation himself? Now, imagine if you could be part of a community of professionals that can help you do all of that.
At RE/MAX Capital, we not only help real estate professionals multiply their network, but we also focus on developing our agents through workshops and seminars. Because we believe in a mentorship culture. The more you learn, the more you earn. Some of our mentors are respected industry heavyweights with vast experience. We go a step further by providing back-end support so you can focus on closing that sale.
People always have the impression that being a real estate broker will make you earn a lot of money, and this includes my family and friends. But it actually takes a lot of hard work and dedication to be successful in this industry. By joining RE/MAX, I was able to grow my sale every year because of the experiences that we share and the learnings that I get from my colleagues and also from the mentors that we have in this company. So apart from that, actually, I gained a lot of friends.
But at RE/MAX Capital, it's not just all about business. We also know how to have fun, and we believe in establishing a sense of camaraderie and family. RE/MAX Capital puts you on the fast track to success to help you become the best real estate professional that you can be. It's definitely an exciting ride ahead for us, and we saved the seat just for you.
Take your profession to the next level.
We are RE/MAX Capital!
We have a big announcement, and we're excited about it. The real estate industry is going to change, and it's because of these guys. RE/MAX Capital has been unstoppable. They are a multi-awarded brokerage, winning the top spot in sales for several developers. And in 2018, they bested 8,000 offices from around the world to win the Broker Owner of the Year award at the International RE/MAX Convention in Las Vegas. They have a lot of really good people in their team. They do an amazing job of getting top quality licensed professionals and sales agents. I'm not surprised actually, because they are training their associates weekly in Monday mindset meetings. My favorite thing about them is they have a great culture of camaraderie and excellence.
Yes, this is big news for us. I know Larry Gamboa. We're fans of Larry and his team at Think Rich Pinoy.
They are one of the pioneer RE/MAX offices in the country, and TRP is already a household name, especially in the South.
What I really admire is we share the same belief in training and education and its role in boosting performance. They've helped so many people consistently hit income targets beyond 7 figures.
And that is why
We have decided to join forces to expand entrepreneurial freedom in real estate.
With a partnership under the RE/MAX Capital brand,
we will have a stronger combined reach across Central Metro Manila and the South.
Yep, that's right. We can now offer the best education, training, and coaching to give brokers and agents the correct tools to excel. Our shared mission is to turn real estate into a lucrative career and teach brokers to have an entrepreneurial mindset.
From just 6 agents in 2014, with this alliance, we are now a team of 60.
And our doors are very much open to anyone who wants to take their career to the next level. We are proud to announce RE/MAX Capital Alabang is now open.
Buying a house is easy, right? One day has passed. 2 days have passed, and finally, don't let this happen to you. When it comes to one of the biggest decisions in your life, you need someone professional, reliable, and competent. Introducing RE/MAX Capital's newest member, Mr. G.
Hi, I'm Mr. G. I'm your go-to guy for your real estate needs. You can expect only good advice. I can help you find great deals. And I have the grit to negotiate for your best interests. I'm here for you so that your buying and selling journey will be efficient and smooth. What are you waiting for? Get in touch with me anytime. Just follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, and let's make things happen. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jose Sewani Gonzalez. I am the Director for Training here at Remax Capital, and I will be your host for today's event. So, to all our viewers who are joining us from around the world, wherever you are, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. But of course, in real estate, we always say good morning, and thank you very, very much for joining us. As always, guys, we have a very special edition planned for you for today's event, and I'm really, really glad you guys are here today. I hope all of you had a restful and recharging weekend. We're coming to you here live from our Remax Capital studio in Taguig City, BGC, Philippines. Okay, without further ado, to give you guys a little bit of a background, Monday Mindset is a monthly initiative here at Remax Capital. We try to invite the best speakers and thought leaders to discuss personal and professional topics to help all of us here at the real estate industry get better at what we do. This is in line with our mission to equip, mentor, and professionalize our real estate industry here in the country. So before we get started, guys, again, thank you very, very much for joining us. We really, really appreciate you all being here, taking time out of your Monday mornings. Actually, let me say, starting the week right by being here and joining us today for our event. If I can say so myself, right? Get your mind right, get your grind right for all of our real estate friends who are joining us today. Watching the video at the moment. If I can ask everyone to please share this event on your Facebook pages, please share it on your friends' Facebook pages, on your family's Facebook pages, on your company's Facebook pages, any Facebook page you have in mind, please share this event. Let's get the word out there that Remax has started their Monday Mindset right now. As always, guys, a very, very special event for you today. We'll be talking about how to acquire more clients during this pandemic. And of course, who would not want to have more clients, more business, despite the pandemic going around in the globe. As always, guys, here at Remax Capital during our Monday Mindsets, we highly appreciate participation. So please don't be shy to use that comment section down below to ask questions, share your suggestions, share your anything you want to put there. Please do. Any violent reactions, if you have some, don't be shy to put them out. We're more than happy to talk about these things and again, go through all of the comments during our event today as well. All right, so to give you a little bit of a background of our speaker for today, let me just share my screen here. All right, so this beautiful young lady who is joining us today from Toronto, Canada, despite, I think, the 12-hour difference. So it's almost 10:30 p.m. where she is. Our speaker today is an award-winning Hall of Fame realtor, as you can see here. She made it to the top 2% out of 56,000 realtors in Toronto, Canada. She is a radio host for a real estate radio show called Property Talk on PinoyRadio.com, and a TV personality for MCBN Media Group in Canada. Aside from being on the board of directors from Gawad Kalinga in Canada, she continuously tries to give back to various charities in Canada, the Philippines, and in Kenya. She is also a well-sought-after MC and host for festivals, weddings, concerts, and has interviewed famous artists, politicians, Olympians, and even, as you can see, guys, here, the 2018 Miss Universe winner, Catriona Gray from the Philippines. In 2017, she was a recipient of the Most Outstanding Canadian Award, and on the same year, she received the Community Award for the Kababayan Community Center. She is grateful for all her blessings and believes it is important to give back to her community despite her busy schedule. She is a proud member and supporter of Gawad Kalinga. And guys, without further ado, let us give a warm Remax Capital welcome to Gizele, Miss Sold by G Mirasol. Hi, Gizele.
I think I had my mic muted, but good evening, everyone from Toronto, Canada, and good morning as well to Jose and everyone else there in Remax, Philippines, wherever you are. Magandang gabi po at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, and well, I guess for you, Gizele, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, despite the time difference, despite your busy schedule, it's actually Sunday night over there.
It is actually Sunday night, but first, it's a pleasure to be actually invited to be your keynote speaker, just as well to share as well, having everybody here in who's actually watching on Facebook or just here on this training session that you have, who has the same type of mindset, who we all love real estate, right? That's why we're here today.
So yeah, Gizele, I mean, you being on the show here at Remax Capital and doing our real estate industry and practice here in the Philippines, it is quite different, I think, from how you guys do it over there in Canada. And of course, we want to learn from you. How do we get better? I guess, how do we copy your standards, right? Your level of doing business. And I think all of us here are really interested in how you were able to become a continuous top producer despite this pandemic.
Absolutely. I think the one thing that we do have in common, even though I'm in the opposite side of the world, is we are dealing with this pandemic right now. So how do we maintain our business? How do we continue to be able to market ourselves? And I think that's what I wanted to emphasize today, right? Because obviously our market here is different. It's always good to attend this training sessions because really you guys might be doing something there that we can adapt here and vice versa, right? So but I think just on that note that you're talking about, it's totally, Remax has been in Canada for quite a long time. So just maybe why don't I start off and talk about Remax Toronto, right? Or we're in Toronto, Ontario. Ontario is the province, and give you a little bit of stats. That way you guys have an idea how many realtors we currently have here. And technically you're competing with, to be honest. So just to give you an idea, all over Ontario. Basically, Toronto is in Ontario, and there's other cities as well. There's approximately about 79,000 realtors.
Wow.
Ganun karami, right? And in Toronto alone, right now, I know you introduced me with regards to about 58,000, and that was like a year ago. We're at 62,000 registered agents here, right, or realtors from the Toronto Real Estate Board. Okay. And just to give you an idea how everybody is doing, yes, the numbers are there. Maraming tao. Out of 62,000 registered, so we'll just focus on Toronto alone, okay? There's about 20,000 agents made 0 sales in 2020.
My goodness.
So now we're down to 42K, right? Out of that number, 30,000 agents only made 1 to 5 deals, okay? Wow. Let's subtract that again. So we're down to about 12,000 agents, okay? And then next, we have about 6,500 agents who made about 6 to 10 deals in 2020. And approximately about 55 agents had 11 or plus more so deals. So that tells you how competitive it is here. It sounds like, there's so many realtors, so many people to choose from. But even with that numbers, right, that are registered, not everybody is productive. Okay, so I don't know how it is there in the Philippines, and I know that I know Remax just started there. I don't know how long ago now, Jose, that Remax started in the Philippines.
We're about 8 years old, almost 9 years old here in the Philippines. So quite different from the US and Canada as well, which is like more than 40 years.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's to be honest with you, for me, and the reason why how I actually met a lot of the realtors, the delegates that represented the Philippines 2 years ago. Well, actually, not 2 years ago. It was actually February of 2020 when we went to the Remax convention in Las Vegas, and to actually see, I've only been twice. I decided. I mean, we can go every year, but I decided to go twice for the award ceremony. But last year was a little different because it was really nice to see seeing a lot of Philippine representatives who are realtors, right? Yan, go Pilipinas, diba? So nakaka-proud. And I've actually, some of the people I've met there, like, I mean, Daph, right? Obviously, you work with Daph Villanueva, right? Von Jerick from Cebu, right? Met him, Vic Gamboa and Daniel Aleje, right?
Yes.
So I met those guys and very briefly, and it's just really nice to see. So I know you've had MJ, who's an outstanding, who's an outstanding agent. So we were there together for Remax convention in Las Vegas, but. To see everybody in, Nakabarong Tagalog and all of the Filipiniana or whatever attire it was, and to actually be able to make it, and fly there, it's such an amazing scene because they, keep on going, guys. You guys definitely represented well. There was a lot of Canadians there. I'm obviously representing the Canadian team here, but to see the Philippine delegates there, this just shows you that Remax is definitely now is one of the leading and respected brands now in real estate in the Philippines, well, all over the world, and now in the Philippines. And as you can see, it's growing. The numbers are growing, and we're with the best company in the world when it comes to real estate. I mean, once you say Remax, no question. There's so many types of, and I'm not going to mention any other brokerages, the other names, but from what I notice when I say Remax, that's it. They don't even question. They already know it's real estate, right?
So, I mean, that being said, Giselle, so you talked about more than 60,000 brokers and agents in Toronto alone. Well, I want to ask Giselle, how do you make yourself different, or how do you stand out? What do you do to catch the attention of these clients, to make them choose you, one out of more than 60,000 people?
To be honest, whenever I speak to, I get a lot of questions from anyone who are interested to be a realtor. The first thing I ask them is, how many realtors do you know? That's what I ask them. And I say, how many realtors does your partner or your spouse know? Your parents, your siblings? And they count, we have about 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So my question is, how are you going to compete amongst those friends of yours that are already realtors, right? So to answer your question for myself, and maybe I'll just give a little bit of a background to everyone. So I've been a realtor for just over 9 years now. It's about the same time that Remax again started in the Philippines, approximately there, right? That's when I started. But originally, I was asked to be in a team, right? And after a couple of years, I've decided to venture off and started to do it by myself. Okay. So I came into the business just for everybody. So maybe if we can do a quick poll, I don't know, how many people are just new agents here? Maybe if you can let us know, and how many people have been in the business for quite some time. In this case, about 8, 9 years in the Philippines. So if you can just, give me a little bit of an idea, that would be great. But so when I first started, what I realized is we actually have more network that we're aware of. Okay. We actually have your friends, your family, automatically. You should tap into that network right away. Now, how did I do that? Now, whenever you're meeting people, the one thing that I would suggest to you is when you're meeting somebody, don't just right away say, unless they ask you what you're doing, don't right away say, "Oh, I'm a realtor." You know what I mean? Some people will find it a little cocky, I guess, right? No, I'm a real estate agent, right? But no, you introduce yourself, and as the discussion goes along, and eventually, if the topic comes along, then you can actually introduce yourself that way. I think that I find that whenever I speak to people, it's very casual, it's very friendly, and then they find out that I'm a realtor afterwards, and then that's when the questions about the housing market, real estate is always a topic that everybody loves and enjoys, right? So how did I get myself known out there? So what I noticed is I think I'm going to jump off with social media. Okay. So as we're doing this mindset right now, we're streaming on Facebook and other platforms. Just going to the one of the topics that I'm talking about is how to become a successful realtor with limited funds. So I'm going to jump into it now. Social media is your friend. You're using it now anyway, right? You're constantly, how many times do you constantly look at your phone, check and see who's liking your page, check and see who's online. And what I find is, I actually have an account that's a personal account. And I also have a Facebook business page account for my Remax one, right? But of course, I post real estate stuff on my personal account too. Okay. But what I find is people do react, people see what you're doing. Okay. And social media is free. You don't necessarily have to buy the or pay for the ads, to promote yourself. Most of people. So this is one way with if you have limited funds, for sure, limited funds meaning as long as you have internet connection, then you'll be able to go social. Exactly. So whether it's Instagram, or Facebook or Snapchat, YouTube, use all of it. LinkedIn, for example, I have it. I mean, I don't use it as much, but definitely tap into those. So what I've noticed is I announced it. I was a realtor, and you know what though? There was actually a lot of reaction towards it. And this is, almost over 9 years ago. But having said that, I think, guys, what for myself, what really works, what really worked well is I'll just mention a story here for you. When I first started, I was actually working still full time at the, at a company, right? So at a corporate company. And at that time, when I was studying, obviously you have to do your real estate exam, and and I had this two colleagues of mine who I would sometimes trade shifts with because I have to do an exam, and they were so good to me, and they were very supportive of it. In my first month that I started in real estate, this I will never forget. Okay, this is humble beginning. Those two friends of mine and coworkers, former coworkers that I'm still very, very good friends with, were my first two clients. In that month, they bought a home with me, knowing that I was a new realtor. Of course, with the help, and I must say, with the help and the backing of the team that I'm ready with because they have the experience. I think the number one thing to get into this business is you have to be honest with yourself and how trustworthy are you? Okay, because at the end of the day, people are buying one of the most expensive investment that they will ever purchase in their life, you know and whether and it's a dream to own your own home, right? So I was really humbled by that experience because they were my first clients, you know what I mean? Now that's not always the case, and you will encounter, you think that friends and family, who you trust and thought that they would go with you, they might go to someone else. And we've all we've all been there.
It hurts.
It hurts. It really hurts. And you know what the worst part? They go with another realtor and then they start asking you questions during the sale or if their house is not selling, for example, right? So they ask all of those questions. But I think, you as a person, as an individual, you need to know what your value is. How trustworthy are you? How respectful are you? In this business, I found that through my network, as I connect with high school friends or, and friends that I haven't seen for a long time, they have become my clients. Now, these people here, they don't know me as Gizele right now. They don't know me, as the realtor Gizele. They knew me as their classmate in high school back in the day, right? You remember people based on your interaction with them. So basically what I'm trying to say is, as long as you don't step on other people's toes and you were good in your I wouldn't say previous life, in the past, people will remember you and people will have a good impression of you. So, so basically, tap into those network, be friends with everybody, right? And, and you'll be surprised on social media. Before there was a lot of emphasis before, if you don't have a Facebook business page, like I strongly recommend that you do, because you can see the stats, how many people are liking, how many people are viewing it. But the one thing that I noticed that's not there is a lot of people see what you're doing, they're not necessarily reacting. Okay. And how do I know that? Because I would post something, like say in my Facebook page, I don't get a lot of reaction. But then I get a messenger message asking me about the property. You know, they're asking me about this, or or congratulating me, or whatever the case may be. So people are watching. So like this week I posted two properties, and I don't see other people liking it, but the people who are asking me questions didn't even like it, but they obviously saw it. Okay. So just keep posting. People are always watching what you do. Okay. But in that note, just to regarding just a house rule regarding social media, be careful as well what you post, because right now you are your brand. I am Gizele Mirasol, the brand. My hashtag is sold by G, because people call me G. So sold by Giselle, sold by G. You know, have it as memorable. My website is also soldbyg.com. Okay. So I started thinking, so think of ways of how people will remember you. So for me, with other realtors, and even when I MC, right, I would promote myself as a realtor. Now I had to think of a website that was easy to remember, that was catchy. Because nowadays, let's be honest, do you know your friend's phone number by heart?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely not, right? Like, I mean, over 10 years ago, we all know everybody's phone numbers. Now we don't. So if I'm out there and say, hi, by the way, I'm Giselle, here's my number. Even if I give you a business card, what do you do with business cards nowadays?
Exactly.
Toss it. It's gone, right? Nobody uses paper really anymore. So what did I do? My website before was GizeleMirasol.com. Some people can't even spell my name properly. My Giselle is a single L, whereas a lot of people have it double L, okay, for example. So having a website that was easy to remember, and always say hashtag there. Guys, okay, if you need to get to connect with me, go to my website. Just go to soldbyg.com.
Yeah.
That's it, right? And that way, if you don't know my number, all my information will be there. So think of something of ways on how you can be memorable, para maalala kayo ng tao, right? Para hindi kayo makalimutan. And how to connect with you. They might remember you, but they might not be able to find you. Okay, so that's one thing. So just going back with your question, definitely is that's how I started with my stream of friends, network and stuff. But I guess my story is a little different than most realtors. In this business, my marketing is when I started emceeing in the community. So just to give everybody a background, like, I would be asked before, even when I was young, okay, someone's friend's 18th birthday, MC it. It just so happened. I have no formal training in journalism. I don't, I don't study other people. I just, when I'm asked, I have the microphone, and in my head, how it's supposed to be, that's what it is, right? So with that being said, as I get involved in the community, like when I was younger in the here in Canada, I've been involved in a lot of youth groups, because in Canada it's very diverse, right? You can go inside a mall and literally you'll meet somebody who's Filipino, who's Polish, who's Irish, who whatever, right? So, but it's all a lot of different cultures, nationality, and that's what I love. Canada. That's one thing. But anyway, with that being said, I was very much part of youth groups here in the Filipino community because I was new in Canada. 28 years ago, I came to Canada, and as bago, as a new immigrant, that's how I started to get involved. And then from there, I realized, so I stopped being involved with the community. But then when I became a realtor, I kind of came back, then realized that a lot of people that I knew and had connections with were still involved in the community. So it's kind of weird how things happen for a reason eventually. Then eventually I'm being invited to MC, and I'm being asked, and then one thing to another. And so whenever I MC, that's when people start recognizing, remember your face. So it became more memorable. And also because when you see somebody who's always on TV or online and stuff, they know you're not going to run away. They know where to find you, right? So
credibility right away.
absolutely. So you have to be careful too. Like, I mean, and being more in the limelight, being more in the community, that also takes away a lot from, I have to be careful what I do, what I say. I can't really, unfortunately, you're a profession, you have a business, you don't have much of an opinion. You can't have an opinion. So one thing I would suggest to you, this is just on the side for everybody. Religion and politics are two things you don't talk about because everybody has a lot of opinion on that, right? You see a lot of people, they say the wrong thing and they get criticized for it. So just an FYI on the side, just be careful about that. But anyway, just going back. So for me, what I found is you have to, so everyone, how do you become successful in this business? how do you promote yourself? You have to think and tap on what your skills are. What are you good at? So in my case, I find that I love talking to people, and I do enjoy. I do the emceeing even with my busy schedule because I enjoy it. So I enjoy the emceeing part. I enjoy the media aspect or journalism aspect of my life, and that actually I was able to do and use that to be able to promote myself. So my question is for you: is you need to ask yourself, what are you good at? Someone here in Toronto, in Ontario, actually loves to sing. And Filipinos, we love to sing, you know that, right? And they call themselves the singing realtor.
Right.
Okay. So my question is, what are you good at? Some people love sports and they use sports to be able to connect with their friends or join clubs that loves, let's say NBA or whatever it is, right? So, or football or soccer or something. So, what are you good at? If you're good at knitting, you're probably in a knitting club. That's another network that you have. If you're good at, arts, drawing, or whatever it is, right? So, tap into your skills, and you see that's how you will make yourself. And see, when you have those skills, you're more comfortable with what you're doing, right? And that way, when you're more comfortable, you feel more confident. Okay, so use those and try to see how you can use those skills and generate income or clientele or network. These people might not be your clients now, but if they know you and they trust you, they'll be potential clients in the future. Okay. So that's basically one of them. Now in Canada, just how do people actually, just to give you an idea, how do people try to connect with new clients here and new leads? I'm not sure if you guys do this in the Philippines, but a lot of realtors here do door knocking. So they would actually knock at people's doors and actually introduce themselves or show them comparables in the area, by the way. Or if they have a house for sale, they'll say, or they'll have a postcard, a mail in that they do, or they knock at people's door and say, hi, my name is Gizele Mirasol. Just to let you know, I have a house listed here, blah, 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 on your street. And, if you have any questions, let me know. And by the way, your house value is currently this. Okay. So you can definitely do that. Now, safety, everybody, is also an issue. So make sure, especially if you're a female, and don't door knock at night, obviously during the day and if you find that, listen to your gut. And if you feel that this is really an area that is not safe, don't go there. Okay. But make sure, have a partner system that you go with somebody as well. Then maybe you can, if you have that lead, both of you will be able to generate from that lead, right? From that particular client. So here, people would door knock and say, oh, by the way, I also have a potential buyer. Are you selling your home? They use that as a tactic here. But to be honest with you, it's worked for a lot of people. I know friends and other realtors who have done it. Personally, myself, I have tapped in more of the media side of the networking side that I've done. So for them, the door knocking has worked. So that's another thing that you don't really need to, much expense. Okay, when it comes to trying to generate leads. Another thing that you can do when you're speaking to people, be confident. Be yourself. If I introduce you and say, hi, everybody, my name is Gizele Mirasol and I'm a realtor. I'm selling that house there. Do you want to buy it? People sense confidence right away, right? And if I go to you and say, hi, everyone, my name is Gizele Mirasol. Just to let you know, I am currently the seller here of this house listed at 123 Main Street. If you have any questions, please let me know. The tone, your voice, the way how you speak, confidence is a key with everything that you do. Now, how do you become confident, right? So I'm going to jump into later. I'll talk about. I'm going to go on to the next topic later on how to prove yourself in this business, and I'll talk more about that. So I'll elaborate more on it, right? But definitely, door knocking. Find out your skills. What are your assets? Tap into it and use that to be able to promote yourself, and of course, social media. Okay. I'm huge with social media, whether I'm posting personal stuff, and people like a mix, they don't want to see real estate all the time. Sometimes when I post too many real estate, I feel like, well, I'm posting because I have new listings, which is a blessing, right? So I'm posting those. But I feel like if you always see real estate on my end, you see that they don't really react too much. But when I start posting food or whatever, or anything else that I do, then
1,000 likes.
pretty much, right?
Yeah.
This is what I ate for dinner today, and you get all this, all of this likes, right? But like I said, people are always watching, regardless if they're liking or not. And sometimes I've had clients who are so quiet on Facebook or Messenger or whatever the case may be, and they're the one calling. So you don't know who's watching, all right? So be careful what you post, be careful what you do. But as I mentioned, create a Facebook page. So, and the reason why I mentioned this is if like my personal page is private, you know. There's some stuff that I post publicly, but my business Facebook page obviously is public. So, but what I have started doing, and what I'm very pleased and grateful for, is the fact that I started when Facebook reviews started about 5-6 years ago. I was able to tap into that, and but Facebook has changed. Originally, they had it under reviews. And then a couple of years later, they changed it to recommendations. So reviews they had before, they had a star rating system out of 5. And then they changed it to recommendation. Do you recommend this business? Yes or no, right? So I was able to generate 5 out of 5 already. So I'm very proud of that from my loyal and happy clients, right? With a review of 5 out of 5. And then after with the recommendation. So but what I do find in Facebook right now, it has a glitch because it did not always transfer all of the reviews from the previous platform that they have to the new one. So the number is incorrect. But I know my numbers. There's basically, you guys can count it if you like. There's over 100 reviews there, and still 5 out of 5 star rating. But what I've also done is I've also started using other platforms. So just last year, about 10 months ago, I started Google reviews, So now I give my clients an option. You can either go to Google, or you can go to Facebook, for example, right? And if you're going to ask me, how do you do that? And I'm going to tell you, if you're confident with what you do and you know that you're doing things right and you love what you do and you have your client's best interests, doubt in your heart how well you were able to assist this client. And the only thing that I do is I ask my clients, when you get a chance, kindly please put a review. And majority of them are glad to be able to do so. And I'm grateful to provide me and my team with an excellent review. Okay.
So Gizele, talking a bit about the marketing, I mean, you touched base on it a little bit earlier. So, I mean, I guess we all want to know, apart from the social media marketing that you use, so Instagram, Facebook, and you also have your radio show, which I'm sure helped you also promote yourself as a realtor in Toronto. I want to ask: is most of your clients that you work on, are they mostly referrals from past clients? That's how you built your network over time, or do you have other avenues of marketing that you use to bring in clients as well that you use for your business?
So for myself, 95% of my clientele are referrals or repeat clients. Okay. Actually, at this point, I'm going to really say it's about at least 99%. The 1% basically is you need to have your own website. Obviously, these are the things that you need to invest in yourself. You need to have a database for your clientele, right? So as your business grows, you need to keep track who your clients are and try your best to actually keep in touch or call them. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still in the process of still trying to reach out to my previous clients. I haven't been very good at following up. And that's because leads are coming in, referrals are coming in. So what I'm dealing now are all referrals and, past clients that are coming in. But my other, you can check and see how you can try newspaper ads as well. You can try, like I mentioned, groups or networks, or there's a lot of meetups. I'm not sure they do that meetups in the Philippines, but there's a lot of meetup groups. Like if you love certain hobbies, you meet up. So that's other ways to promote yourself. A lot of people do a lot of mailing here, mail out, and talking about or newsletters, right? So you can do like newsletters. There's some for free that you can send, or from a database. If you subscribe to a database, you can send newsletters as well, monthly or quarterly to your clients, right? I personally don't. I don't have one right now. It's something that I need to get back into. But and because I find that everything else so far, thankfully, has been working for me. with the way. And I think what I want to do for myself is I don't want to do everything that everybody else is doing. I want to do something different, right? So I find that everybody's sending the mail, everybody's marketing here, and for me, not everybody MCs, not everybody has a real estate radio show, right?
Definitely.
So that's how I differentiate myself from everybody else. But so those are just some of the examples that you can try to do. Some people have done. When you have a now good big marketing budget, then you can have a billboard, or your poster, or in a bus stop, for example, right? Uh, but or even a park bench. That's totally up to you.
And I guess you being a realtor slash MC slash radio talk host, you're probably one of the few that are doing this.
Yes.
I have to assume that there's not many broker slash radio show hosts as well that can compete with that.
I mean, there are other people who's very there's a huge Filipino community in Toronto, so there are other people who are realtors who do the same. But I think for me, it's more of the consistency, and also being part of like a media group, like the MCBN media group that I'm associated with, where we have my radio show. So my radio show platform is online, right? So PinoyRadio.com is online, and but it's also streaming on Facebook and other. And on other platforms as well. So with that, definitely, it's providing your knowledge in this industry, and I think it's just really more of the success rate, right? They see how many homes you're putting for sale or reviews, things like that, and the credibility builds up as I do that. And so, it's been actually this year, COVID has been very busy. So I know I've talked to you about how different the market is in the Philippines. In Canada, the real estate market is hot. When COVID hit, people needed space. A lot of people working from home. I had a lot of past clients who live in a condo units, and when now their kids are at home, virtually learning, the mom and dad are trying to work at home. They're like, Giselle, find me a house. We're ready to kill each other. So that's what we need. More space. We need our own space, our own me time, and that's what it was. A lot of my previous clients actually phoned in, or they need a backyard for their family, for example, right? So a lot more space. So the market here did turn, but just to give everybody a little background, when COVID first hit, so it's funny because we were at the Remax convention end of Feb.
Right.
And I was already being careful then because I'm like, oh no, what is this new virus going around? And I'm here internationally with so many people.
So many people, right?
All over the world. And literally when I came back first week of March, by March 15, we were on lockdown.
Right.
So when that hit, I didn't know what's going to happen with the real estate market. And to be honest with you, frankly, I was so worried. I was thinking of a 1-year contingency plan because remember, we're self-employed. We get paid by commission.
Exactly.
So I said, if I don't to everybody who's watching as well, who are not realtors, the way how we get paid is if we get a commission now, you need to make sure that commission is stretched for months.
Absolutely.
Because if somebody buys a home right now, their house is not closing until end of August, for example. So that means we do not get paid for another 2 more months, or that commission comes. So you should be able to stretch your pay for another 2-3 months, right? Sometimes we might be showing homes, we might be working. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and that client is unable to buy, or something happened with their credit. You've invested all your time and your money and your gas, right? On it. But anyway, so I was really worried during COVID. I didn't know, and I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? So the way how it worked here in Canada was the first month or two. Basically, most people were only selling their house virtually.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't go inside the house. You couldn't see it in person. So I had clients at that time, and we were actively looking, and I phoned all of them and I asked them 2 questions. Number 1, do you currently have a place to live?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, right? Are you, you know what I mean? Are you in a rush, right? Do you need to find something right now? And I said, because in the meantime, everything that we're seeing, we can't see it in person. You need to see the houses virtually. And to be honest with you, because for me, I do not believe selling a home without you seeing it. Okay. So for me at that point, it wasn't about the money because I don't feel that I should sell you a home, Jose, that you have never seen.
Right.
You need to be in the house. You need to feel it. Pictures cannot do justice. And people always tell you, oh, the pictures look great, the video looks great. And you go, oh, ang liit pala. The place is so small, and you feel it. You go there, and I tell my clients, once you get into a place, you can feel it. You know this is the one for you, right? So for 2 months, I did not work, even though realtors were considered essential workers at that time. And even people start opening up. And then we start opening up in May. Well, that we can see it in person. We had no open houses. Do you guys do open houses there?
We do. It's not as common, I think, as in Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a few open houses that we do, and we try to get that out as a new way of doing business also here in the
I see. Yeah. So yeah, we do open houses normally on weekends, for example. So for example, here Saturday, Sunday between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you're selling a home, you as a realtor will be there, and anybody from the public can go in. Again, a lot of safety issues there. We can, if you have any questions about that, we can talk about that on the side. But always protect yourself, number one, because anybody can just come in, right? So so open houses at that time were were prohibited because of COVID, obviously. And when I started, actually, it was my clients that made me start working again. I was getting calls and say, Giselle, need to sell my house, or I need to find a home now. And from May onwards, up to now, I haven't stopped. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, fantastic. Actually, well, touching on that point, Giselle, so you talked about how the pandemic has, changed a lot of things, right? Like you said, you didn't work for the first 2 months. Now showings became something virtual, right? Versus doing it physically for all the years past. Apart from examples like that, how has this pandemic affected your business, and how were you able to pivot to hurdle these challenges?
Okay. It has, I've had challenges, but in a good way, because business has been very, very good. Okay. I think so. I have other people that work with me as well. I think the challenge was really having a work-life balance. And so there was the last couple of months, I was literally working 7 days a week, and it felt like 24/7. And all of us have COVID fatigue. We've been on lockdown for the third time. So we just started opening up like literally like last week, but a lot of restaurants, like you can only go to the patio outside, like a lot of stuff are still closed. So definitely there's COVID fatigue here. And when I love what I do, and when you started doing the same thing every day and there's no outlet to do anything else, I started, questioning myself. And I'm like, this is getting a little too much at some point, right? I just needed an outlet to see friends or family or whatever the case may be. But that, I think, is a good problem when your business is, in the rise, right? So work-life balance. And really, I think the one thing that I've learned, there are things sometimes that you can say no to. I don't always have to answer my phone at midnight when client calls, right? Like, I have clients who have called really late, and I've been very good at answering. But there are times when, at 11 o'clock at night, like before I would answer it, but then now I'm tired. And I realized that even if I answer their phone call at 11 o'clock at night, for example, my mind is not there. My mind is not there. And I find I make more mistakes when I'm not 100%. So basically, and then I just message them and say, hi, sorry, can we talk tomorrow morning, or whatever the case may be, right? And I just text them, and majority of them are understand because they know it's late. I'll give you an example. Somebody phoned me, messaged me because they saw me. See, advantage, disadvantage of Facebook and Messenger. When people see you online, they think that you're working, right? So I get messages sometimes, ask questions, whatever time of night or early morning, right? And you have to be careful about that too, because you get questions as well, So I think that was the main challenge for me, is how to be able to cope with it. But yeah, to balance number one. But the other thing that I find is, for me, when I first started, wearing a mask and just showing homes, that whole protocol. We have a different protocol here. Don't know how it is there, but whenever we show homes, we book the appointments. Before we can show it for 1 hour. Now it's only 30 minutes, and there's no double booking. So if I book 9 to 9:30, no other realtor can go in, and you have to be on time. You have to manage all of your showings from beginning to end, including calculating traffic, how to get there. Me wearing a mask, I used to go to showings with a big bag. So for women, we always have our bag and have a big purse because my whole house is in my purse. And when I started wearing gloves and I had my mask on, I'm holding my cell phone and holding the key, it became too much. So literally, I switched to a messenger bag, the smallest bag that I can think of, so I can easily walk. And just hang it on my shoulder as I'm showing homes because I'm holding paper, I'm holding this. So a lot of challenges when it comes to that. Before we were able to pick up clients in our cars as well and show them, not anymore, right? Like I meet them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're full on service here. We're chauffeur, we're Uber, anything that you want, right? So, no, and then we just meet them at the homes at this point. But yeah, so just to answer your question, that's basically, how it happened during COVID.
But fantastic. I mean, kudos to you. I have to say, I guess you are very blessed that instead of the business being affected negatively when the pandemic hit, like you said, you became even more busy, right? That you have to now say, "Oh, okay, guys, I need to take a few days, or take a day, take a few hours, just like chill and not work all the time."
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, sorry, I'm just looking at my phone here. I think someone has a question for me here. In connection to the stats, this is from Gerald Evangelista. So, in connection to the stats you shared about few agents performing out of 60,000 plus agents in 2020, what made this performer stand out? What set them apart from the rest? So, Gerald, I think to answer your question is pretty much it's the way how you market yourself, really. And as I mentioned, tap into your skills, tap into what you're good at, and get your credibility, get yourself known out there. Number one is credibility, how your trustworthiness, your reputation. Reviews help. You buy a product, what do you first thing that you do? You check the reviews. It's not any different from what we're doing. Okay. So yeah, so sorry, just saw that.
That's fantastic. I was going to ask the same question later on. So again, going back to social media, between us, honestly, Gizele, between us girls, so to speak, do you TikTok as one of your marketing tactics to help you boost? Really, are you the dancing?
I do not. I do not dance. I can sing in the shower. So we're Filipino. And then misconception is we love karaoke and we love to sing. So to be honest with you, you know what the crazy thing when you ask about that is here in Canada, whenever we do the videos for our homes, a lot of people started doing is they started having an introduction, talking about the house first, and then they do a full-on video, 360, whatever. I only started doing that about a month or two ago. You would think somebody who would MC would do something like that all the time, right? But and to be honest with you, it was more time. It was really, I just didn't have the time. I didn't do the TikTok. I didn't I'm not there yet, but a lot of people here have shown luxury homes through TikTok. A lot of people have done a TikTok as well. But Jose, do you have a TikTok? Maybe I'll take a look at it.
It's nuts. And you walk around now in Manila, and everyone is just on the sidewalk, in the park, dancing on TikTok, and it's really a booming thing, And again, the advice given to us that why not integrate the two, right? Like you said, showing homes using TikTok, right? Making videos. And posting those videos online as part of your marketing tactics.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, stories also help, right? You see your creativity during the stories. And I try to really, for me, I try to update all my marketing. So most recently, I have a branding now. Whenever I have a for sale start coming soon sign, where it's like where you can see that my name is there, and I'm posting it as well. So now that's like more of a common thing, right? So I've started doing that. So not necessarily the TikTok. Who knows? That can change. You might see me on TikTok. Maybe not dancing.
Exactly.
Maybe tutula ako or something. I don't know. Or whatever the case may be, right? But no, yes, that's another thing. I think what I've noticed in the Filipino community here, when everybody started to have their own YouTube channel, last year, everybody have their own channel. Follow me. And I think it's a fad that people started because Alex Gonzaga, I think in the Philippines, one of the people that were very successful there, right? So, and everybody here has their own YouTube channel, you know. So now it's TikTok, you know. But I think TikTok works because, let's be honest, we became a society where you become very impatient. That you're not there to watch an hour, you know, worth of something, right? So with 30 seconds,
Or
we have to do
video,
1 minute,
yeah, exactly.
as Nas would say, 1 minute, right? So yeah, that's what it is. But no, I don't have a TikTok.
But again, it's something we can integrate in our business, like you said. 30 seconds, 1 minute videos, showing properties. Give them like a short teaser, right? To
Yes.
get them interested, and that's a great way of getting clients to come to you and ask more questions. And hey, what the details, the price, where's this property located? Can I come see it, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, totally agree. But if you guys have TikTok suggestions, please let us know, and maybe we can, I can learn from you.
All right. So next time we see you in Pinoy Radio, it'll be Pinoy Radio / TikTok / Gizele Mirasol, the dancing broker this time.
It will be something. So I guess I have to keep my sold by G tagline, right? So to be consistent.
Another question here from another audience member. During this pandemic, what was some of your biggest challenges that you faced in your journey to finding more clients?
I think it's just because you're not like, I think for me, it's not being able to meet people in person. I'm fine that I'm a people person, right? I love to talk, and not being, when you're wearing a mask, and like I love talking to people, and I love to smile, right? So you can't do that. So that was, I think, one of my challenges, meeting people in person or meeting clients in person. I feel that during this pandemic, like that connection that I had when I sit with people in the office, talk to them, or a coffee shop, whatever, they get to know me, and you have that one-on-one interpersonal relationship. Right now, we don't have that. I've met, to be honest with you, I've only met a client once that I did not know who found me. They found me somewhere else, and we met through Zoom. So different, you can't, it's definitely a changing world. So I think for me, that's the challenge, having that one-on-one connection, right? And you get to, when you see people in person, you get to see their body language, right?
Exactly.
If they're stiff, if they're not, if they're how your eye contact, if they're paying attention. I don't get to really feel that when I'm online. So I think that will be my challenge.
And so far, I mean, now that, like you said, you're coming out of the third lockdown, things are starting to open up. Has it become more free, more open in terms of being able to meet people physically? Or is still most of your business when it comes to talking to clients through avenues like this, StreamYard, Zoom, WhatsApp, and so on?
Yeah. So I find that we are, yes, opening up, but we still have that. We're only allowed, like right now, if 4 people in a patio to talk. That's it. Like even inside the home, there's limited number of people. You can't mix within your household, and you go outside. But because we've been essential workers, real estate is an essential service. So we've been meeting clients, 2-3 people at a time, and showing them homes, right? So that's how much interaction that we currently have. So, but I find that you also have to be careful of who you're marketing to. The newer generations, the millennials, they don't like talking on the phone. You text them, you message them. Phone, they're like, what phone? People, I think, who are, Generation X, or who, so some people love to still talk on the phone. I would prefer talking on the phone and explaining it to them. So what I find has been working, but it's taking a lot of time, and sometimes I lose my voice. Sometimes when I talk to people, it's like 4 in the afternoon. They think I just woke up because I've been talking the whole day, and I think it just takes more time to explain, everything to a client over the phone, right? Because you have to go in detail one by one. Whereas if they see you, you can have a paper, you can have a slideshow, you can, do all of that. So that, I think, is the challenge for me.
And talking about challenges, talking about I was going to ask about failures, and we would get to social media. You were talking about posting properties, posting another side of your personal life, so on and so forth. Do you also recommend that, apart from posting all your wins, and I know I'm sure you have a bunch of wins, do you also post your failures online, that people know that I am also human, I do make mistakes? and let that out there to the world?
I do actually. I've done it a couple of times. Sometimes I posted where there was one we had a bid, we didn't win the bid because everything here is offer presentation, bid, 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 bid. People don't realize that you have one client and you could be bidding 3, 4, 5 times, and the amount of energy and time to do all of that and the research per property and per bid is a lot. And there are times that you're just like, we're so close. Like I've lost a deal because when we bid here, it's we don't know what the other people are offering. So I don't know how that works there. So let's say 5 people are putting an offer on a property that you're selling, Jose. You and your sellers know how much it is. The rest of the realtors, we don't know. And we're just trying to outbid each other. And I have lost, with just a $500 difference. Ang sakit na.
My goodness.
What is $500 when you're buying thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or a million worth in property? So it was something. There was one, and to share this with you, it was $1.3 million, and we lost by $650. Believe it.
Oh my goodness!
And yeah, that was hard to take. Really, really hard to take, right? But sometimes your clients only have a maximum of amount that they can spend, and I was already try to push them as much as I can, but anyway, so I have posted where. Even working, I posted where long day, it's been 12-hour days or 14 hours and I'm still working, because I think one of the misconceptions that we do as realtors, everything that we do is it's all of those TV shows, that make us look like I show you a home, you buy it, I make thousands of dollars. I became a millionaire or something, right? But that's not the case. They don't show the bad parts of it. But no, I do post failures as well. I have posted as well sometimes. I don't do it all the time. But you're right. I have posted it because I am human, and sometimes it's just really how I felt at that time, and But I'm also very, very, very careful too because there's some stuff, personal life that I try to, I try not to put too much, right, on social media. So you have to judge on what you're comfortable sharing, as well. But yes, people appreciate to see the human side,
Right.
Because we're not all Wonder Woman or Superwoman or Superman, right? So like you said, we all have our failures. So definitely,
if you feel that maybe doing that sometimes gets you more traffic, more reactions, more likes, more comments, more so on, so on.
I do. Whenever I post anything personal, like I said, or even failures, I do get a lot of reaction, and people will send their love or their hugs or whatever the case may be, right? So, yeah, and it's always, it's always nice to hear from people, and sometimes it makes up your day. They're like, you know what? Don't worry, you go get it next time. You're a superstar, and people would, and people watch, like I said. So yes, I think the one thing in this business, I think I'm going to touch base now to the point that I was going to. One of the topics I was going to talk about is how to prove yourself in the business. In my case, I started off as a young Filipino Canadian, right, and a woman in Canada. So let me just give you guys a little bit of background. Okay, when I was 16 years old in Canada, you can work at 16, and by the way, we do work right away, and you become really, really independent here in North America. So at 16, I'm studying, I'm working part-time. I started working for retail at a camera shop, and at 16, for my first job, I was lucky. I never worked at, a lot of people started off in fast food, nothing wrong with that, but for me, I think I was just lucky at that time, and I started off at a camera store. So obviously, I got my training, all that. So there was this customer that came in, and it was a man, right? And he came in, and the first thing he said to me, there was something wrong with his camera. Can I speak to a man?
Oh my goodness, really?
Yes. And I was 16. I'm a female. You got to remember, I'm a minority. I'm a female. I'm young. Why would you trust me with your camera? So you know what I said to him? Here's my colleague. Go ahead. Colleague tried to help, blah, blah, blah. He didn't fix it. He comes back to me and he shows it to me, and I was able to fix it.
Okay.
Wow. So I think the lesson of this is don't judge people just because of, how they look. But I think is, how do you prove yourself in this business? There's a lot of realtors out there, whether in the Philippines or in Canada, who are, who have been in this business for a very long time, who have created a name for themselves. So when you're coming in as a new realtor, how do people trust you? Okay. And to be honest with you, and the way how to do it is knowledge. You need to know what is happening in the market. Make sure that you're up to date with current markets, with stats. Make sure that you know what's going on in the industry. And if you're able to do that, knowledge is key. Because if I know my stats and I know my numbers and I know what's happening, when I talk to you as a client, then you know that I've done my research. And another thing, if you do not know, don't pretend that you do. Don't ever lie and say, oh, I know that, just to be arrogant. No. Be honest with them and say, I don't have the answer for you right now. However, I can definitely find out that answer for you. Okay. So, or, or I have other people in our Remax team who I can actually, who'll be able to assist with that particular question that you have. Don't pretend that you know the answer, because that mistakes can get you sued. It can definitely negatively impact you. In any way, and your reputation, really. So knowledge is key. So how did I move myself up, from being in a corporate world for 13 years to starting my life again as a realtor? And honestly, it's just knowledge. I started this business as a female, as a woman, and Filipina. How am I competing with everybody else out there, right? And that's true knowledge. Knowledge is key. And confidence as well.
And now you knocked them all out, being the top 2% in Toronto.
The Pacquiao move, right?
Yeah, definitely. You talked a little bit about conversation when you're meeting, let's say, new clients or new personal acquaintances, right? New friends. And I know some of our newer realtors here are still in that phase of building confidence. You said earlier that you don't always tell people right away that you're in real estate or you're a real estate broker. But I want to ask, do you try and shift the conversation into a way that you can mention, just tell them that, hey, this is what I do, and if you ever need anything, you can contact me, so on?
Yeah, absolutely. You can, like if somebody's talking real estate and you don't know them, you can't just jump into the conversation and say, oh, by the way, I'm a realtor, blah, blah, right? Like, I think there's other ways on how to do it, but that's just my way of doing things. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that tactic has worked for people. So what I do is, as I'm getting to know you, Jose, and we're having a conversation and, we eventually find something in common, and then I might be the one asking you questions, because you have to remember, whoever you're talking to, they're not interested about you saying I, right? So
They
now
wanna
I want to know you, Jose, right? How are you, or what do you do? Blah blah blah. And then it's my turn, and then if they ask, and then say, then if there's an opportunity, then I say, oh, actually, I'm a realtor, and then I just say it casually. I don't just go out there right away and say I'm a realtor. So yeah, I think there's a ways of probing questions. So if you're not comfortable, a lot of people, you might be. Well, I hope if you're in this business, you realize that you do need to communicate and talk to people in person, right? Like you must love communicating, or even if you don't, there's always a way to try to learn, right? So I think everybody has that skill. What helps me? So this is for everyone out there. When I MC, I don't see 50 people. I don't see 300,000 people in a festival. I see you and I having a conversation. Right. When I have my microphone with me, I am talking to you and I'm talking to my audience and I'm feeling it. And the way how I see it is you and I, like this, we're just having a coffee talk.
Right.
That's it. So that's all you have to remember. And if you're confident with what you're saying, what you're talking, so think about this. If you have a pet, you have a dog, talk to somebody about your dog. See how the conversation goes. You know a lot about your dog, what kind of breed it is, how old is your dog, what can your dog do tricks, like a lot of stuff. All the stuff. Same thing with real estate. So if I'm talking to you with a certain topic, I know what's going on with the market. I know how I can help you. I know your area. You need to familiar yourself with everything else. And that helps you to become more confident with anything that you do in life, really.
Yeah, I totally agree. And again, it's something I see here happening quite often, that people who are starting real estate, they're a bit, sometimes, if I can say, a little bit shy to tell acquaintances that they are in the business if it doesn't already come up in the conversation.
Yeah.
And, I honestly, I can't stress enough of how much you should be. Everyone should know you're in real estate, because that you never know who they can connect you with. You never know who's in the market who might end up becoming your client. Like you said, your colleagues from your first job way back when actually became your first buyers when you shifted into real estate. I mean, you never know who will end
You
up
don't know who you're
after you in the future.
you don't know who you might be dealing with, and it's the same thing with when I like this kind of came about, and I wouldn't know you guys have I not met the Vegas team.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if MJ and I or whatever didn't, it's because we were lining up taking photos, and it was actually Vaughn and Vic that we first met, and I think they were wearing their barong, and the first thing we said, "Oh my God, like you guys are wearing your barong! I think that's great. You're taking pictures with, the Remax, executives, right? The CEO as well, right? In your barong, and such a proud moment. And we were all pretty much like around the same line. And how we have been, if we were snobbish, I'll be like, oh, I don't care. Why would I talk to you? I don't care if you're wearing a barong. But no. And I think it's just the way how our personality was that we were just, nakaka-proud. Like, and so we started kind of talking to them. And then on the award ceremony was when you see everybody as well, and the whole delegates there, right? So I think it's a matter of like, when you get an opportunity to talk to people, in passing, you'll be surprised how much maybe you have in common. And then connect with them, and eventually the conversation of being a realtor comes into play. Same thing with I know a lot of people who play golf. You golf, you meet people, and eventually while you're playing, discussions come along, right?
Absolutely.
And real estate is always a discussion, and you can say it in a way that's like, oh yeah, actually, if you're talking about the market, guys, actually, you know what, I'm aware of what's happening right there in that building or that project that they have, because I'm actually a realtor with Remax Capital, and we are actually promoting that building, or whatever the case may be, right? So you can try to create a conversation and ease your way into it without being arrogant about it.
And talking about Vic earlier, and you're talking about Las Vegas, it was actually Vic who told me, like, dude, you should get Gizele to talk on the Monday night show. She would be fantastic for the show. And I was like, perfect. Find a way to get her online.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Hey, you go.
Gizele, can you text her? Vic, Gizele, can you text her?
Yeah. So that's how it started. Like, I mean, who would have thought that we're two different spectrums like in the world, and then we're able to connect, right? Like, and this is how we connect, and we're grateful because nowadays, with all of this communication that we have with video conferencing and Facebook or whatever, social media, we have more options to get our name out there and to network. So take advantage of all of that, and again, especially when it's free, take advantage of it.
Thank you very much. And again, like you're talking about, you were with MJ in Las Vegas, and you saw the guys from the Philippines here in the Barong. So we had MJ here a few episodes ago.
Yes,
and, he became our singing broker because she did a bit where she played her piano, and sang the song she won in one of the awards in Canada.
Yes.
And so hashtag singing broker. And
yes.
For me, I'm still trying to push my hashtag for you, which is hashtag the heartbroker.
That sounds good. It feels like I'm breaking people's hearts.
No, I like it, right? It's catchy, but I don't know if it's gonna fly. So
yeah,
if not for you, I'm gonna try and push that to someone else.
I would have to think about it. They might think I start breaking people's heart, intentionally, right? not being a broker, but no. MJ's fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah, she's been doing this for quite some time, and it's always nice to see, friends that are doing well, and that's how I met her. Like she's been doing this for quite some time. She's fantastic at it. And I think in this business, we are here to kind of uplift and promote each other, right? And I think there's a business for everybody. So, like I said, there's so many clients out there, right? There's a healthy competition that we can try to strive and be better. But at the same time, I look up to MJ because she's fantastic. She really is. So. She's like, she knows what she's doing, and she's busy as well. And we're both in Toronto. We're both in the same market, but there's a lot of business for everyone.
Yeah, she was saying the same thing where despite the pandemic, business has actually boomed compared to prior years, which for us is so surprising. Honestly, in the Philippines, unfortunately, things have slowed down quite a lot. So we're hoping over time we'll be as blessed as you guys and get that business back where having, like you said, the right problem, which is we're so busy because of all the glut that picks up after the pandemic.
And I think this is what really helps is having that network and that referral and repeat clients. Those are my clients last year. I did not call anyone and follow up with them. I didn't ask for business. It was the clients who phoned. And that's where I'm grateful for, because they remembered me that I helped them before. Now, mind you, there have been some clients that you will lose along the way who they might know somebody else, or they have a relative who became a realtor. And that's always the case, right? But the fact that, and I think just a reminder to them, like social media is a good reminder to them that, hey, by the way, I'm still in the business, I'm still able to assist you. But that's not always the case. And like I said, as the stats that I gave to you in Ontario, this is during COVID. So, grateful to be able to be in that 5,500 that was able to actually create and generate income for myself. But you saw that 30,000 people did not make a sale.
Yeah, and that's so sad.
Right. And so for me, it's just anything can happen in life. But the one thing is always be prepared for rainy days, because, in real estate, you might have all of your clients right now, a couple of months later, you have nothing, right? So invest and save on yourself, because we didn't know this COVID, we didn't know this pandemic was coming. That's definitely for sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, Gizele, on behalf of Remax Capital, on behalf of everyone here in the Philippines watching the show right now, around the world, thank you so much for your time. I know it's almost midnight there, and you're talking about work-life balance. That's totally out the window at this point.
No worries.
It's keeping you past 11 p.m. But yeah, thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome, everyone. And if you have any questions, please, let us know. And I think support each other, like everybody's page, right? If your colleague has a page, like it, do that. I invite you as well, Gizele Mirasol, Remax Realtor, like my page. I'll do vice versa as well. We do that, and let's support each other, right? And that way, I really believe na tayo mga Pilipino. There's a lot of talent in here. Unfortunately, this crab mentality has been an issue then, and believe it or not, it's still an issue here in Canada as well. But to be honest, I try not to think about it or worry about it. I just need to do you. You do what's best for you to be able to generate income and to be able to feed your family. So you do your best in a way that has integrity, okay? In a way that you're able to have a good conscience, that you can sleep well at night. Because if you're doing something and so one thing that I always do, to be honest with you, we look at clientele and help them because I assist them, and I look at them because I assist them with their needs. So people first, the money will come after.
Mm-hmm.
If you care for your clients and the clients know wholeheartedly. So during this COVID, I said, I didn't work for 2 months. I could have just said, let's just buy a home. Who cares? I don't care. I need to make money. No, people first, the money will come. And 9 years since starting the business, it has not failed. So I wish everyone all the best. And if you really love what you do, don't let a hurdle or one or two, whatever. Building a business takes time, hard work. You guys have training programs. Take advantage of those. You guys have senior realtors who are able to assist you. Ask questions. Wala nang mahihiya. You know what I mean? Because to ask questions is free, and that's the only way that you will learn. And if you're not sure, ask the expert. Okay. And if there's something I can help you with, please let me know. Maybe you want more feedback or whatever the case with me, and I'll be honest with you and I'll tell you exactly what I think, so just be yourself, tap into your network, and always give back, guys. Be grateful. We are blessed. And for me, I believe in manifestation. I believe that, if you believe in yourself and you believe that you're able to help others as well, when you are given an opportunity, give back to everybody else. Okay, so mabuhay kayong lahat. Maraming salamat for having me here. And it's okay if it's 11:30. I made time for this.
Thank you so much. Guys, if any of you want to connect with Gizele, please feel free to catch her on Facebook at Gizele Mirasol. Again, her website is soldbyg.com. And as of this episode, her Instagram hashtag heartbroker.
That's not my Instagram though, but Jose, I won't say no, but I'll think about it. How's that?
But again, thank you so much, Gizele. We really, really appreciate it. Honestly, I took down a bunch of notes. I learned a lot, and hope to hear from you and touch base with you again soon.
Oh, absolutely. And in that note, just to let you know, even though you're in your business for a long time, there's always something to learn every day. So always remind of that, and I'm always learning from other people as well. So
And that's why we're here during Monday Mindset, because we want to be able to learn. And well, we say in Remax Capital, the more you learn, the more you earn. So that's our tagline.
Oh, I like that. I like that. See, there you go. That's a good tagline.
Well, feel free to use that as well for your marketing. Absolutely, anytime.
That's great.
So yeah, that being said, Gisele, good night, sweet dreams. Yeah, and stay safe.
You too, guys. Good morning, Pilipinas, and thank you again. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. Take care. All right, guys. So that's all we have for today. I hope that you guys also learned something from this event. Thank you for everyone who commented on our Facebook page. We definitely love the feedback. The guys who asked questions. Thank you so much. If you want to touch base or connect also with us, guys, please feel free to hit us up on Facebook. So at Remax Capital, our Instagram as well. We'll show our contact numbers and email addresses here after the event. So, if you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to call us, message us, email us, call us. Talk to us on Facebook. We're here for anything you may need. That being said, hope to see you guys at our next Monday Mindset. Again, as we always say in Remax Capital, the more you learn, the more you earn. Stay safe and take care, everybody. See you.
The Philippine real estate industry has never been this exciting. With so many opportunities and even more potential for growth, there's a highly competitive market for real estate brokers and salespersons. But what if there was a way for you to take your real estate profession to the next level? Remax Capital is an independently owned and operated office under Remax Philippines and is the fastest growing real estate franchise in the country under the global Remax brand. Since 1973, Remax has been on the forefront of the industry, making it the most recommended and respected name in real estate.
No one in the world sells more real estate than Remax. We are the destination for the very best.
Our objective at Remax Capital is to provide market expertise, a vast network, and the highest level of professionalism that you can expect from real estate practitioners. How much on average do you think an independent real estate practitioner can earn while only relying on a personal network and simultaneously working on documentation himself? Now, imagine if you could be part of a community of professionals that can help you do all of that.
At Remax Capital, we not only help real estate professionals multiply their net worth, but we also focus on developing our agents through workshops and seminars. Because we believe in a mentorship culture. The more you learn, the more you earn. Some of our mentors are respected industry heavyweights with vast experience. We go a step further by providing back-end support so you can focus on closing that sale.
People always have the impression that being a real estate broker will make you earn a lot of money, and this includes my family and friends. But it actually takes a lot of hard work and dedication to be successful in this industry. By joining Remax, I was able to grow my sale every year because of the experiences that we share and the learnings that I get from my colleagues and also from the mentors that we have in this company. So apart from that, actually, I gained a lot of friends.
But at Remax Capital, it's not just all about business. We also know how to have fun, and we believe in establishing a sense of camaraderie and family. Remax Capital puts you on the fast track to success to help you become the best real estate professional that you can be. It's definitely an exciting ride ahead for us, and we saved the seat just for you.
Take your profession to the next level.
We are Remax Capital!
Buying a house is easy, right? One day has passed, 2 days have passed, and finally, don't let this happen to you. When it comes to one of the biggest decisions in your life, you need someone professional, reliable, and competent. Introducing RE/MAX Capital's newest member, Mr. G.
Hi, I'm Mr. G. I'm your go-to guy for your real estate needs. You can expect only good advice. I can help you find great deals. And I have the grit to negotiate for your best interests. I'm here for you so that your buying and selling journey will be efficient and smooth. What are you waiting for? Get in touch with me anytime. Just follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, and let's make things happen.